Hey, what's up everybody? It's Swift from Neurogaming, and today I'm casting the match between Cruncher and Spanishiwa. Now they're spawning in the top left and top right, so we may be seeing a quicker game, but according to the time frame, that's not really going to happen. So we're starting off pretty normal. Spanishiwa setting his Overlord over to the opposite side, and he's going to get a fast scout off on Cruncher, and that'll also give away Spanishiwa's location as well. And this is the very first solo cast in Neurogaming, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. We're going to be doing more dual casts and more solo casts for that matter. Voltage is doing another one right now as well, so you'll be seeing that soon too. And making an Overlord right now with a pylon going down and Cruncher sending his probe away. The Overlord hasn't been scouted yet, or not scouted, my fault, seen yet. If I go over to Cruncher's view, he has no idea, but Spanishiwa, he already has seen the Nexus, so that puts him at an early advantage. And right now, 13 supply for Spanishiwa, so he may be doing, not sure what build he's doing, but he may be doing a standard 14 pool. As far as Cruncher, he's just doing a standard build as well. And he's about to see that Overlord if I go look at his view. And he sees it, so now he probably knows where Spanishiwa is. And yep, there goes the probe right over towards his base. And oh my, it looks like there's going to be a fast hatchery going down for Spanishiwa. That means it's going to be a very exciting game, because I'm a huge fan of him, and I really like his unique Zerg strategy and style that he does, especially when he goes Mass Queens, one of his favorite techniques. And Cruncher, I think, is a very unique Protoss as well. I really like him. But he may be doing something interesting too. Oh, and there's a Nexus going down, so a fast expand. Now there's probably going to be a Forge, if I guess correctly, any moment now, once he gets the minerals. And the Overlord sees it, and he sees the Forge that went down. And spawning pool down for Spanishiwa as well. More drones being made. So this is going to turn into a pretty lengthy macro game, as I can see by the 27-minute mark here. And macro games are really cool, just because you get to see the skill of each player, as opposed to early rushes that you see sometimes. And this drone is just futilely chasing the probe, and wow, he took a lot of drones off his mineral line in an attempt, but sadly he didn't manage to trap it. Now this probe is just being very annoying, and just constantly scouting, but then again, Spanishiwa's Overlord is also over here in case he wants to scout. And here comes the first photon cannon in case Spanishiwa is attempting to rush, but Cruncher should know better, because there's a hatchery here making the queen. And double assimilator for Cruncher, that is a very interesting move, so he may be going fast tech robotics or Stargate, because you don't usually see that often with a fast Forge expand. And more probes being made, more drones being made. Just a pure out macro game right now. No real units at all. And another pylon over here just to block off that back entrance. And Zergling's actually incoming, about to kill that probe if he can reach it in time before it gets to the cannon. And the probe goes down, very nice move. And another probe is heading out to go ahead and scout. And Spanishiwa does have very good income right now. They both do. But the main thing for Zerg is to have more workers than other races. And right now it looks like Cruncher is beating him, but that's understandable because Chrono Boost puts a big help in making probes. So third expo going down for Spanishiwa, right on the left side. He's constantly expanding, making his economy go way up. And nice worker transfer by Spanishiwa over here. And the first gateway goes down with a cybernetics core, so we may be seeing a Stargate soon, because he has 320 gas or so. So all that excess gas may be used for something like that. And we have a bunch of drones being made. Many drones. If I go to production here, we have metabolic boost on the way as well, and that hatchery is about to finish over here. So that is we may be seeing a lot of speedlings from Spanishiwa as well, And now we're going over to Cruncher's base, and we see that ground weapons is being researched with 2 more assimilators going down. So maybe it is going to be a ground heavy army since he is getting that. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing yet. Maybe a 4-gate, I'm not sure. Or robotics. And this base is about to be saturated. And very nice income by Spanishiwa again. He's leading ahead in the worker and harvester count right now. Since, like I said earlier, as a Zerg, you want to be constantly having more harvesters than your opponent, because that'll be your demise. And Crota boosting a sentry out, Cruncher is, getting the Overlord before it can escape. Very nice move. And yes, here come 3 more gateways, so I guess that 4-gate prediction was right. And I think that Cruncher may be attacking soon as Warp Gate finishes. Spanishiwa, however, he'll be able to make a very fast defense. And double Evo chambers, so that is going to quickly allow Spanishiwa to upgrade his army. And there's a probe over here sneaking around, and proxy pylons going down right here and maybe right there. Yes, there is one right there. So that will give Cruncher a nice tactical advantage over Spanishiwa. And if I look at Spanishiwa's view, he does not see that pylon there, so that'll prove pretty detrimental to him if Cruncher does decide to warp in units there. And that probe goes down with the queen. Nice move there. And sentries are heading over to the tower, I believe. Yes. Now, that is very nice map vision for Cruncher. And he sees that Spanishiwa really doesn't have anything right now. But going back to the production tab, you see that he is making 20 Zerglings, so that is a pretty big investment. And, uh-oh, here comes some stalkers for Cruncher. And they're attacking his queen, and the queen is going to go down. But the Zerglings are a very good counter to stalkers in the when there's many of them. So those stalkers are probably going to run away if they have the chance. Or fight at a choke point like he's trying to do now. And Zealots are being warped in, so that looks like the end of these Zerglings, sadly. And wow, even more Zerglings on the way. Massive amounts of Zerglings with an infestation pit, and oh, we might be seeing some Baneling drops too, because Overlord speed and Overlord transportation is being researched, along with Zerg melee attacks and armor. So that is perfect for a Baneling drop to do massive damage to Cruncher's army. And also the fact that many Zealots are being made, so Banelings will prove very, very effective against them. And Infestors will be seeing some use of them too, I'm guessing, because of these plus 25 energy upgrade being researched. And the third Nexus going up for Cruncher, with a Zergling feudally harassing it, and many cannons being dropped down, and maybe an attempt to kill that Zergling and prevent against future attacks from other Zerglings. And I see a Twilight Council, so we may be seeing Blink or Charge happening soon. And Burrow and many other upgrades are being researched for Spanishiwa, with 3 Infestors on the way. And it looks like more fighting is going on over here. Many force fields, but also many Zerglings as well. And those Zerglings have met their demise. Sadly, that wasn't the best move, because those Zealots will just tear through them. Both of them are certainly good at keeping an upgraded army. That is very important, because Zergling +1 pretty much cancels out Zealots +1 armor. So right now, both armies are about equal in upgrades. So it's almost as if the game is started over with no upgrades. But Infestors are up, and Fungal Growths will deal massive amounts of damage to light units, such as the Sentries and Zealots. So that will be very bad. And uh-oh, here comes a bunch of Zerglings about to kill all these Zealots. Oh, and they've got a surround on them, and they are dead with force fields coming up. And more Zerglings on the way in the production tab, with Stalkers being warped in. Will Cruncher be able to hold this off? And no, just too many Zergs incoming. And it looks like Spanishiwa's lost one of his hatcheries, but a fourth one, my apologies, is going up at the gold. So if he can get workers over there, that'll give a nice economic boost to Spanishiwa. And looking at the productions thing, we have robotics facilities going down, so my guess is we'll be seeing Colossi just to destroy, utterly destroy and tear through those Zerglings. But if Spanishiwa decides to research Neuroparasite, that could prove very effective for him in neuroparasiting the Colossus. Or Colossi, plural, my bad. And I just love how both players are upgrading so much. I love upgrades. I wish my friends would upgrade more. And these outs just got picked off really easily. Not sure what maybe he was attempting to scout with them. And here comes some more. Oh, and Force Field's attempting to delay them, but these guys are going to get taken out too, sadly. Observer going down for some good scouting, and yes, there is a robotics bay making on the way, and so there will be Colossi, which will be very effective against the Zerglings, but Spanishiwa can probably easily stop them if he decides to quickly react and go to a Spire. And I don't see, there isn't a Baneling's nest yet, so there may not be Baneling drops after all. But I suppose Spanishiwa just decided to get that Overlord research just in case. And many Stalkers being warped in. Zerglings are really only effective against Stalkers if there are fewer Stalkers than Zerglings, like a lot fewer. Stalkers en masse will tear through a Zergling ball, like it's their day job. But Adrenal Glands are being made for Spanishiwa, and those will prove very effective against any armored army, such as Stalkers, with an Ultralisk Cavern on the way. So Spanishiwa, those Ultralisks of Spanishiwa probably do very much damage against his armored, Cruncher's armored